If you want to buy your first home in the next 6 to 18 months but have been unsure of where to start, then this is the video for you. I'm Robert Webb, team leader of the Destination DNJ Home Selling Team. I'm here to help you navigate all things real estate, specifically focused on helping our clients with buying, selling, and living in the heart of NJ, North and Central New Jersey. And today we are focused on buying. I'm going to give you 4 actionable tips how you can start planning for your future home shopping and most likely a mortgage to go with that. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video where I am going to show you where you can get a free guide to the home buying process so that you can be super educated and prepared to buy your first home so that you can stop paying rent and start investing in your future. Before we jump into it, if you are an aspiring first-time home buyer, I would love to hear any questions that you may have down below in the comments. I love educating you guys and would love to see what questions are out there so that I could help answer. So if you have a question, make sure to leave it down below and subscribe to this channel to make sure you can see it answered in a future video. Now, let's hop into it. The first tip I want to give you is to make sure that you budget for closing costs alongside your down payment. I have had clients start the process, decide on a down payment amount, and even start seeing homes. And then during conversation, I discover that they aren't even aware that there are closing costs involved with their transaction in addition to their down payment. And they haven't necessarily budgeted for them. While the best answer is to speak with the mortgage lender who is going to be able to provide you with a good faith estimate of closing costs, for the purposes of this video, as a general rule of thumb, I will tell you to budget 2 to 3% of the home value that you're looking at to get a very rough idea of what your closing costs might look like. So if you were looking at buying a $500,000 home here in Central New Jersey, then you would probably want to budget between $10,000 and $15,000 in addition to your down payment. A small bonus tip is that your down payment funds should be easily sourced, meaning that they have been sitting in your bank account for some time or on another account like a brokerage account with your name on it. If you literally have cash that you're gonna go and deposit into the bank on a Monday and then apply for a mortgage loan on a Tuesday, when that lender asks for your bank statements showing the proof of your down payments and closing costs, and then they see a massive cash transaction, they're gonna ask to verify where that money came from. So if you know if you're gonna be buying a house in the next 6 months, start moving all of your down payment funds into one account. It is gonna make your life a lot easier when you apply for your mortgage, and it's going to save your mortgage broker a ton of time and make the process smoother for everyone. Because if they don't, and we just have these large cash transactions, they're going to require you to sign these documents called letters of explanations saying where the money came from, and then the underwriter is going to have to sign off on that. So do yourself a favor and do it now. Quick note, I'm going to be making a video breaking down the various closing costs that you might encounter in an upcoming video. So if you want to be alerted to that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button to be notified when it comes live in a few weeks. My second tip is to clean up your debts. When you apply for a mortgage, the lender is going to use what is called a debt to income ratio to determine how much you can safely borrow based on your monthly income and consistent debt. So the more debt that you have in other places, the less that you can borrow for a home loan. And I have had clients before with these little $300 Macy's credit card bills or a car payment with only a few $1,000s left on it, and they have plenty of money in the bank to pay them off. They just haven't. It might be a good time to start tackling these smaller sums and getting them off of your monthly debt burden so that your lender can maximize your debt to income and approve you for the right budget. As a general rule of thumb, every $5 in monthly debt can equate to around $1,000 in purchasing power. So if you have a $300 a month Macy's credit card bill with the minimum balance due of $50 per month, if you were to just pay that off in one swoop, you could increase your purchasing power by $10,000. So it might be time to start wiping off those small debts or creating a plan to get them paid off by the time you are ready to buy. As always, you should stick to the budget that you are comfortable with. Just because you get approved for more doesn't mean you have to spend up to your max budget. That is where you should make sure you work with your lender to make sure you're where you want to be and are going to be comfortable. I'm going to leave the information down below for the Destination NJ Home Selling Team's preferred lender. If you want to reach out and get an individualized plan for you, make sure to check that out down below. Next up, you should start thinking about where you want to live. A lot of people come into their search either uneducated or with way too broad of a search. Take some time and think about it. Talk with your family and friends about which areas and towns you want to live in. Which one is gonna work for your lifestyle? What about your commute? Is your budget gonna work in one town or another? How important is the school system to you? Do you need a downtown? Do you need to be in 5 minutes of a grocery store, or would 15 minutes be okay? I have had people come to me and say they want to buy a home only to realize that they don't really know where they want to live. They haven't thought about other towns or options. People tell me they will buy anything in 4 whole counties. Whew! That is simply too large of an area for one person to be an expert in. And that puts a lot of strain on that agent. One of the reasons we founded the Destination NJ Home Selling Team was that we wanted to service more people in more areas, and one agent simply cannot know that many areas intimately. In addition, how are you, the buyer, supposed to know what living in each of these towns are going to be like? You might be picking all of these towns solely based on a certain commute time to work, but ignoring what the neighborhood is going to be like or what the school district is going to be like. And that can be confusing when you try to compare values from town to town, because the same 4-bed, 2.5 bath will sell for 20 different numbers in 20 different towns. While I can help you hone in on some of the target towns, you, as the buyer, really need to do some research of your own and make sure that you like a certain area and that it works for you. My suggestion is to find up to 8 towns that work for you. I have found that that number is a sweet spot. That it's a large enough number to give you options, but not too broad that you're trying to juggle 20 markets and it's gonna be overwhelming and confusing. My last tip is to start choosing your team now. A year from now really isn't that far away. And even if you don't engage your team tomorrow, start taking this time to get recommendations and referrals from trusted friends and family. Do your own due diligence on agents online in your preferred towns and make sure they are going to be able to truly guide you into that home. In my opinion, my job isn't to simply open a door for you. It is the byproduct of my main focus, which is to help guide you in the right direction for you. And that is where you need to have trust in your team. So spend this time figuring out which realtor you're going to use and leverage them to help build your team of trusted advisors. Rockstar agents know other rockstar professionals in the industry. Real estate transactions are one of the most stressful experiences, and I'm not going to say that there won't be bumps along the way, but a great team can help you navigate them for success. And the more clearly you define all of this, your budget, your towns, and your team, the better chances are of you creating a winning transaction for yourself. As promised, I want to show you where you can get your free guide to the home buying process. If you head over to our website down at the bottom of the screen there, I will also leave it down below in the comments for you and in the description. If you click on that, at the very top, you're gonna see a buyers tab. If you scroll over that or click that, you're gonna choose the 3rd option for our buyer's guide. Just fill out the info and we'll get that over to you right away. This guide is going to take you through the entire buying process in NJ and give you an idea of what is to come. That's all I got. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe. If you want to get started working with me, my team, and my network, buying or selling a home here in the heart of New Jersey, I want to invite you to click the first link down below in the description. We would love to have a chat with you about your needs, what you're looking for, and how we could help.